गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम जय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय जय गौर निताय जय जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपदा जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपदा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी हरे कृष्ण सो वी आर रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 10 chapter 50 Krishna establishes Dwarka text 45 tam dṛṣṭvā cintayat Krishna Saṅkarṣaṇa sahāya-van aho yadūnāṁ vṛjinam prāptam hi ubhayato mahat tam dṛṣṭvācintayat Krishna Saṅkarṣaṇa sahāyavān aho yadūnāṁ vṛjinam prāptam hi ubhayato mahat tam dṛṣṭvācintayat Krishna Saṅkarṣaṇa sahāyavān aho yadūnāṁ vṛjinam prāptam hi ubhayato mahat tam dṛṣṭvācintayat Krishna Saṅkarṣaṇa sahāyavān aho yadūnāṁ vṛjinam prāptam hi ubhayato mahat Mataji Tam, him, dṛṣṭvā, seeing, acintayat, thought, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Saṅkarṣaṇa, by Lord Balarāma, sahāya-van, assisted, aho, yadūnāṁ, for the Yadus, vṛjinam, a problem, prāptam, arrived, he indeed, ubhayato, from both sides, from Kālayavana and also from Jarāsandha, mahat, great. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki. When Lord Krishna and Lord Saṅkarṣaṇa saw Kālayavana, Krishna thought about the situation and said, a great danger now threatens the Yadus from two sides. Please repeat. When Lord Krishna and Lord Saṅkarṣaṇa saw Kālayavana, Krishna thought about this situation and said, a great danger now threatens the Yadus from two sides. Purport. We may note here that although Śrī Kṛṣṇa had defeated Jarāsandha 17 times against tremendous odds, he did not immediately annihilate the army of Kālayavana, thus keeping intact the benediction granted to Gārgya by Lord Śiva, as explained in the previous purport. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya-manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindubhya evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gauru Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. When Lord Krishna and Lord Saṅkarṣaṇa saw Kālayavana, Krishna thought about the situation and said, great danger now threatens the Yadus from two sides. So the scene is, this chapter is named Krishna establishes Dwarka. Why Krishna went to Dwarka? Very clear that Jarāsandha, about whom we already know that he was two halves born to two queens, two wives of the king, and they were thrown out in the jungle. Jarāsandha, Jara Rakshasi, demoness, she came and they become one. That's why his name got Jarāsandha. So, because Jarāsandha's two daughters were married to Kansa, when Kansa was killed, obviously, Jarāsandha would take revenge. And now, Jarāsandha is attacking Mathura again and again. So it happened 17 times. Lord would defeat his army, bind him with the ropes, Jarāsandha, and then release him. Why release him again and again? Because Krishna wanted to kill all his associates, demons who were burdened on the planet. So he would release, he would assemble again, reunite again, bring all the demons together, and they would come attack again. And Krishna would kill the army, kill the demons, kill the demoniac kings, and corrupt kings, powerful kings, and then he would assemble again, will attack again. So that happened 17 times. But this time, Kālayavana, whose history was in the last verse, that he was born out of a Gārgya, got boon or benediction from Lord Śiva. His son would be very powerful. So Kālayavana would always look for somebody to fight because he was very powerful. It's obvious. We have seen many times in the history that people who are powerful, immediately they will start fighting, taking arguments with somebody, would defeat them, would kill them. It's natural. It's not very astonishing that somebody can be very powerful, very rich, very knowledgeable, very strong, but that's not enough. That's just people can get in this material world. But the difficult part is how to stay sober, how to stay nice after getting powers, after getting riches, after getting so much. How you can stay nice, balanced, not very elated and not very depressed. Very difficult. That was the problem. Kālayavana, then Narad Muni, he approached Narad Muni, Kālayavana approached Narad Muni, asked, I want to fight, but there is no one equal to me. So then he asked him to go to Mathura and fight with Yadus. That's what he did. He came. So he came at the time when Jarāsandha was already attacking again and again. So Krishna, whatever Krishna does, it becomes a pastime, it becomes a memorable activity, and devotees, they rejoice. Like this time, Krishna decided not to fight, but to avoid and move the whole, because he was worried about the citizens or denizens of Mathura city. Then he moved them all to Dwarka. Very clear. Then he was called Ranchor. Ran away from the fighting. And that became his celebrated name. Similarly, Krishna did many pastimes in Vrindavan. So his Vrindavan Leela, then Mathura Leela, then Dwarka Leela. Dwarka Leela are Purna, Mathura Leela are Purnatara, and Vrindavan Leela, Purnatama. The topmost, confidential, excellent, enchanting pastimes of Lord Krishna. In Vrindavan as a baby boy, everyone was enchanted. Like Mother Yashoda asked him to open the mouth and he showed the whole universe. And then they would be covered by the Yoga Maya potency of the Lord himself, that they would forget everything. Mother Yashoda saw the Brahmanda, everything, then she forgot. Similarly, she was trying to bind him with the ropes. He became Damodara. And Putna came to kill. He killed Putna, took the milk and killed her. So that's his beauty. He kills, but he liberates. Gave her the position of mother. And all the gopis, he would steal butter. He became Makhanchor, butter thief. So he is not ordinary. Like I remember when I was doing my PhD in USA, I would put the Back to Godhead magazine on my desk. So that other people, those who will pass by, they will ask questions or read or something. So Secretary Jennifer, head secretary, Jennifer, she was visiting me once and then she said, what is this? Back to Godhead. I said, yes, this is about back to Godhead. How we can go back to Godhead? Because that is the goal of life. That get out of the cycle of this birth and death and go back to Godhead. So she was curious and she picked the magazine. And in that, Krishna, the Reservoir of Pleasure was the title and all the attributes of Krishna was mentioned. And she highlighted and underlined each and every attribute. Look, he is stealing the clothes of the gopis. He is but a thief. How can be he God? So she understood, she underlined all those things which were the greatest attributes of Krishna, and she was calling that these are the wrong things he is known for. Similarly, in Rath Yatras many times, Christian groups, they come, and they also chant, Krishna is thief, Krishna is woman, or hunter, like that. They would shout all kinds of nonsense, but they say all the time, they will say Krishna, Krishna is this, Krishna is that. And devotees, they laugh on them. Yes. Keep on chanting. Keep on doing. No worries. We know who Krishna is. You will know eventually because you are doing Agya Sukriti. You are chanting the names of Krishna. So you will get benefit. So that is the point. And so in Vrindavan, Bal Leela. Very enchanting. All the activities. He's always running here and there, playing with the friends, feeding butter to monkeys, opening the ropes of the calves, and they would drink all the milk of the cows, and no milk. So all the time mischievous. And they will put something behind the tail of the calves, and they will run around, and they will break the matki of the gopis, and gopis, they would just say, Krishna, you this. So, and amazingly, in Vrindavan, all these things happen. All the pastimes are intact. If you go, anyone can believe it. If you go to Saṅkarṣaṇa, you can see it, how easily Krishna could do it. It's there. It's right there that anyone who would pass is very Saṅkar, very narrow. So that Krishna is sitting on the trees and everywhere, his friends, and they would just break the pots. Interesting. Fisili Shila, that they slide on the, Krishna used to slide on the rocks. All those pastimes. Beautiful. Because why Krishna does all of this? Pritranaya sadhunam. To give pleasure to the devotees. All the gopis, if Krishna comes and steals their butter, they complain to Radharani. Nandarani, Mother Yashoda. And if it doesn't come, they are again bothered. Krishna, you didn't come today? I had all the butter up in the pot. No, Maya, I will not come. Because you complained to Mother Yashoda. No, you go and take butter inside. They are always. So this is the pastime. They love Krishna so much that because the whole point in these leelas, and Nivritta Tarse, like in the beginning of Canto 10, chapter 1 and text 4, Nivritta Tarse Upagiyamanat Bhavaushadhi Shotra Manobhiramat Kauttam Shloka Gunanuvadat Puman Vrajiyeda. I forgot the last line. Binapashugnat. So the point is, Nivritta Tarser. Those who are Nivritta, those who are freed from Tarser, Trishna, Taras, this Trishna of enjoying the material nature. Those who have become freed from all these. So they enjoy these paths. Upagiyamana. Bhavoshadhi. Bhava Oshadhi. Oshadhi is a medicine. And Bhava means from the cycle of birth and death. If somebody wants to get freed from the cycle of birth and death, this is the Oshadhi. This is the method, plan. Hear the pastimes of Krishna. Shranvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravan kirtana hridanto isthoi abhadrani vidhunoti suvasatam. Shranvatam swakatha Krishna. When we hear the pastimes of Krishna, punya shravan kirtana, we accumulate so much piety because whatever activities we have done in the previous lives, the result was prarabdha and aprarabdha. One, we will get immediate punishment. If I stab somebody, police will come, arrest me, put you in the jail. Immediate reaction. I slap somebody, he will slap me right away. Immediate punishment, immediate reaction. But there are other reactions. You do not get, like many times we see people, many people tell me look in the Western countries, they eat so much cow, beef and meat and everything, and they are prosperous. I say, yes, they seem to be prosperous. But are they happy? No. Why 30 years ago when I went there, I saw a psychiatrist. Almost maybe 50 psychiatrists in a city of 200,000 people. And in India, psychiatrists, there is no shop you can find as a psychiatrist here there. or psychotherapy like things. Why? Because people are very lonely. Nobody is with nobody. Just so much. Very loneliness is the biggest punishment that anyone can ever get. Like Kala Pani, Andaman Nicobar, all the Britishers, all the prisoners they would put in Andaman Nicobar. Why? This person will become psychic by living alone. So devotees, they do not live alone. They live with devotees. That is how we can serve and stay in our ashrama properly situated. If we do not associate with devotees, we are finished. Living in association of devotees is the key. So the whole point here is Shranvatam Sukatha Krishna. When we hear these pastimes, we accumulate the piety. So what happened with this accumulation of the piety? Hirdanto isthui abhadrani. Abhadra, inauspicious, unwanted desire. It gets removed. So, when we get immediate reaction, and some reactions we carry in our next life. And that is very dangerous. Like many times people say, we should not hang people till death if they murder somebody. We should put in the life imprisonment. Okay, that's okay. But he would have to go, he would have to be killed again in the next life. Because reaction equal and opposite. So, in next life, that reaction comes in three forms. Kutam, Bijam, Falonmukha. Falonmukh, about to fructify. Kutam, dormant but will come. And Bijam, the seed of sin, is there. No prāyaschitta, no atonement, no fire sacrifice can remove that seed from the heart. That will manifest, and that will be like a abhadrani. So that will fructify it sometimes. People are sometimes very nice, very good people, but they have something in their seed in their heart. It comes at a time, and person is himself shocked, and people are also shocked that such a big person got trapped into this thing. The seed was there. So, Krishna Katha is the only remedy, medicine to get that Hirdanto Isthui Abhadrani, the deep into the heart, this desire for enjoyment is kept. And that is removed. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Cheto Darpan Marjanam. Our heart is full of, our heart is like a darpana, Cheto Darpan. Chit Rupi, the consciousness, the heart is like a darpan, and we are trying to see ourselves, we are trying to see who am I, what I am doing in this world, Kayami, who am I, what I am doing in this world, I am trying to find out. But I can't see myself, because mirror is dusty. And what is the dust? Dust is the reaction of the past karma accumulated on my mirror, in my heart. Very difficult. Marjanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Cheto Darpan Marjanam. This Krishna consciousness process is meant to remove that dust of unwanted desire from our hearts. And once that is removed, we can see self-realization, who am I? Atma Sakshatkar, I can see what is my real constitutional position, what I am doing in this material world, what is the goal of life, that is seen. So, in Mathura, Krishna did different pastimes. Mother Yashoda, all the cowards, when Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, Giridhari, they saw him lifting this Govardhan hill. But their love for Krishna would not allow them to believe that Krishna is doing it. They were, Mother Yashoda say, no, Krishna cannot do it. He's such a... Balarāma may be behind and Nanda Baba was there, his stick was there. So all powerful people were there. How Krishna can lift this? He lifted. Other helped. Otherwise he could not. They would not agree to that because their love was so intense for Krishna, they would never accept Krishna as a God. They cannot even think of him being God. Krishna's Yoga Maya will cover them if they would think even for a second. On the other hand, in Mathura, Devaki would think Krishna is my son. But then she would immediately think like, oh no, he is God. He is Vishnu. So that's their mood. That's why Purnatama is Vrindavan pastime, because they have full, complete, topmost understanding of Krishna, that he is a cowherd boy. He is my son. Mother Yashoda is saying, and all the pastimes they are enjoying. Because if they would see Krishna as God, all fun will be gone. All pastimes, enjoyment will be finished. They would not be able to think of anything. So, but here's a mood of Mathura, like Krishna is a still boy, 10, 11-year-old boy, and he is killing all these people. Then he went to Gurukula at the same time frame. On the other hand, Jarāsandha is trying to find out what is going on in Mathura. Where is Krishna now? So they just did not inform everyone that Krishna is in a Sandipani Muni's ashram. But then, when they moved to Dwarka, pastimes became different. Now Krishna is no longer a small boy. He is a young man. He is having 16,100 queens, wives. He has big palaces. He is a Rajkumar, he is a prince. And Ugrasena and Devaki, they are on the throne. And Krishna is ruling under their shelter. So he is a different pastime, different mood. But when sometimes in the night, Krishna would say, Gopi, 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 Radha, Radha. And all the wives of Krishna, queens will say, what is this going on? Who is Radha? Who are gopis? He's shouting these these names in the night and crying. Then one time Mother Rohini, she came to Dwarka and she was explaining them, the parents, that these gopis are Krishna's cowherd girlfriends. And they have so much love for Krishna, you cannot even think of. Radharani, after Krishna left, if she would sit under a tree and her face is so under grief in separation from Krishna, the tree will drop all of his leaves. All the flowers, all the fruits will be on the floor. Tree would just think, oh God, I cannot see Radharani's love and in separation from Krishna. It's so difficult for me to bear this situation of Radharani. So much love. One time, a small insect flew over, not insect, a small bird. She saw Radharani. And she flew somewhere. And she was sitting on a tree. And she was talking to her friend that I cannot see Radharani's situation. She is under so much grief. She is not eating. She is not even taking her bath. She is just, her tears are frozen on her cheeks. That line. And that bird cried. And a drop of tear from the bird fell on the ground. And there was an insect under the tree. And that tear fell on the insect. And immediately that insect got wings and got back to God right away, having that love. So if we can get tinge of that love in our feeling, in our dreams, in our thoughts, that how much they loved, then of course our path to back to Godhead is clear, but that's not going to happen easily. But by the mercy of our Acharya, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON, in Association of Devotees, we can get it. Even though we are 80% purified, we may have some desires, we may have some problems in us, still Krishna will take. When Vibhishana came to meet Lord Rama after being kicked out from Lanka by Ravana. So when he came, he is a devotee, surrendered soul. And when he came to meet Lord Rama, he was not alone. He had 4 of his associates with him. So whatever benefit Vibhishana got, they got the same benefit. Why? Because they were associating, they are the friends, they are the servants of Vibhishana. Same way, we may not be perfect, we may not be perfectly situated, but because of Srila Prabhupada, we have a great hope. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In other incarnations, Krishna did not exhibit all the mellow, loving rasas that he did in Vrindavan pastimes. So that is very unique in Vrindavan pastimes, that he exhibited all his supreme 64 qualities, madhurya, all the 5 rasas and other secondary rasas, they were all visible and clear. So that's why the pastimes of Vrindavan are Purnatama, the topmost. Nothing is beyond that. In Lord Varaha, in Lord Narasimha, in all these incarnations, Krishna exhibited a limited attribute of his qualities. But not all. But in case here, in Vrindavan pastimes, he exhibited them all as a Krishna. And Krishna is not an incarnation. Krishna, he is himself there. He descended himself. In Lord Chaitanya case, Krishna is himself there. And in Lord Krishna himself, when he is in Vrindavan pastimes, in Mathura pastimes, in Dwarka pastimes, he is not an incarnation like many people. They mistakenly understand that Krishna is the incarnation of Vishnu. That's not the best understanding. That's a mistake. So, this Dwarka has been designed with a great, some details are there, like a nicely town planning, all roads and drinking water and sewer lines and everything very nicely planned. So it's a Vishwakarma, he designed that for Krishna. So that's the Dwarka where they all moved and shifted. And then they had their own pastimes over there in a... So when Krishna will shout in the night, Gopi, Gopi, Radha, Radha, all the queens will become confused. They would say, what is this? Then Rohini, when she came from Vrindavan, she visited, she mentioned about Radha and Gopis, all the pastimes Krishna did. And now, when Rohini is talking to all these Yadavas in the room, Krishna, Balarāma and Subhadra, they were at the door. And door was little open, slightly open. And they were listening all these things. How the gopis were hankering for Krishna. So what will happen? Or what happened, in fact, Krishna, Balarāma and Subhadra, when they were hearing about the gopis in separation, their situation, their stage, their position, that they are so much in viraha, by listening those pastimes, Krishna, Balarāma and Subhadra, their limbs, they contracted. They were like a frozen, and they could not feel that they are even alive. Their limbs shrinked. And immediately when Narad Muni came, I saw it. Lord Jagannatha, Baldeva and Subhadra, I saw you. So they were in that form. Narada Muni saw them. Then Krishna appeared as Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. They appeared in Jagannath Puri, and they are Nil Madhava in mountains. The Krishna is celebrated over there as Jagannath, because that was there. So that position of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra is, they are in that position, like their hands are not complete. Their feet, they just contracted within themselves. That's love of gopis for Krishna. In that feeling, he became so ecstatic. That's that feeling. And like Narada Muni, he informed Kālayavana, you go there. So Kālayavana, when Krishna put all the Dwaraka, all the Mathuravasis in Dwaraka, then Krishna returned. Then he challenged Kālayavana. Kālayavana ran after him. He kept running, went into the cave, because it was impossible to kill Kālayavana. This is how these demons are. Impossible to kill. And Krishna does that all, but with a plan. So Krishna ran, and the Kālayavana running after him. He went into the cave, and there Muchkunda was sleeping after fighting for demigods, and he didn't want to rise from the sleep, and it was given a benediction that anyone who would disturb you in your sleep, when you look at the person, he will burn to ashes. So Kālayavana was automatically burned to ashes by Muchkunda. So these are the pastimes over there. So the whole purpose here is we listen, Machita Madgata Prana, Bodhyanti Parasparam, Tushyanti cha Mam Nityam. So devotees, they are always busy in listening these pastimes. Lord Chaitanya would read about Dhruva, about Prahlad, about other leelas of Krishna again and again, 50 times, 70 times, 80 times, 100 times, and never tired. We can see, even this attracts, leela or pastimes of Krishna attracts even to the materialist people. If you believe it or not, in 1980s, the CL Ramayana was made by Ramanand Sagar Group. And since then, 3-4 other producers made the same Ramayana. Can you imagine? This is India. This is our culture. We are never tired of producing that same story again and again and again and again, 3-4 times. Same thing with Mahabharata. It was produced in 90s, and then it was produced again and again and again. There are many Duryodhanas, many Ravanas, many. And people are not tired. People are still watching. So these are the pastimes. So powerful, so interesting, that devotees, they are never tired. Always want to listen more and more and more. And every time they go higher and higher and higher. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he visited in South India, a Brahmana was looking at Bhagavad Gita, he was illiterate and he was crying. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have this Bhagavad Gita and you are crying. So he said, yeah, I'm crying. I'm illiterate. My Guru Maharaj asked me to read Bhagavad Gita. I cannot read because I'm illiterate. But I can see this photograph of Krishna where he's carrying the chariot of Arjuna as a chariot driver. Just by seeing it, I can feel that how much Krishna is not a god of that type, like I'm a master and hitting you. No. For your mistakes, he is very loving and very caring. Will never fail to reciprocate for devotees when they are in difficulty. Always there, always coming up. Sometimes we may become confused that Krishna is not there. He is not helping. I am in trouble here. I am in a difficulty. He is not responding to my chanting, to my call. Like Prahlad Maharaj, when he was given poison, put in the pit of snakes, when he was thrown from a cliff. So he did not say, "Where are you, Krishna?" He kept chanting, "Jai Shri Hari, Jai Shri Hari." He kept chanting. He never blamed Krishna that you did not help me. But Krishna acted at a particular time, at a particular situation. That was his plan to glorify his devotee, Prahlad, that he survived so many abuse. Prahlad Maharaj said, Balasya neho pitro sharanam narsimha na chagadam. Prahlad Maharaj said, drowning boat cannot be saved by the captain. Dying patient cannot be saved by the medicine of the doctor. And a child whose father is killing the child, who could save that child from the abuse of his own father? It is you, Krishna. It is you who can do it. Nobody can do it. It's your mercy. Queen Kunti also mentioned similar things when she said that you are invisible. Alakshya sarvbhutanam antarvahi avasthitam. You are not visible to the common man, common eyes, but you are situated inside and outside both. That's Queen Kunti, that she is saying this. And in Kurukshetra war, all the kings were brought together, big war took place, Krishna put them all together and made Arjuna instrument to Arjuna became famous because of he followed the instructions of Krishna and fought the war for the pleasure of Krishna, even though in the beginning he didn't want to fight. So the whole point is Parvati and Shankar Bhagwan, they discuss all the time Krishna Leela, Krishna Katha. One time Parvati said to Shiva, "Oh Lord Shiva, what do you think about this material world? What do you think? What is your opinion about this materialistic desires and this material manifestation? What would you say about it? In this material world, what is going on?" Then Lord Shiva said, "Uma kahu mein anubhav apna." If you are asking me, what is my take on this whole thing in this material world? Sat Hari Bhajan Jagat Sab Sapna. Except the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Everything else is just an illusion. We have seen people are dying every day. Vi pashyanapi na pashyati. Deha patyakalatradishu. Atma sanyeshu asassu api. Pramatta tasya nidhanam. Pashyanapi na pashyati. I am seeing people are dying every day, day by day. But I am seeing them. But I am thinking I am not going to go anywhere. I am going to be here forever. Sometimes people want to get dirghayu, long life. But that's not the point. Getting long life will not help much. I remember one of our far relative, she lived close to 95, close to 100 years. And people were saying that she had grandson and great-grandson. She lived a wonderful life. But then she also saw her own son died in front of her. Her own daughter died in front of her. So how many of us are looking for long life? Nobody. No use. A movie was made in West, in America. I saw that movie by chance, and that was one lady got into an accident. And I forgot the name of the movie because I don't watch movies. So in that movie, the lady got into an accident and somehow something happened to her DNA. It is a fictional movie. DNA that she stopped aging. her daughter was looking like her grandmother. And at some point she became so frustrated that I don't want to become so, looking young. Even in old age, I am 100 years old, I am just like a 17-year-old. So she became frustrated by this society, and she wished that better I start again to become aging. So the movie was shown like she got into an accident again, and her DNA was changed again. And one day in the mirror she saw that her white hair was there. And she was, oh, thank God, I have started becoming aging again. I don't want to see my daughter looking my grandmother and dying in front of me. So I'm relieved. So we don't want old age. We don't want to live long. We want to live a productive Krishna conscious life. That is the goal of life. Because long life will not help. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned that life of Krishna, Prabhupada said, many times devotees, they have two situations. They can be like either senior devotee or they can be even a Shuddha Bhakta, pure devotee. So two options, pure devotee or senior devotee. So we don't want to become senior devotee, we want to become pure devotee. That's our point. Because becoming senior, having 30-40 years in Krishna consciousness, ISKCON, may not help us. It's good, but becoming pure devotee is the point, that we feel like, am I still stuck, my thoughts? Because who can judge more than myself? I'm the best judge for myself. I can see my heart is full of desires, material desires to enjoy. I'm not purified. So I must regret. I must think that I'm doing something wrong. Because I'm not still on that platform where I can go back to Godhead. My speed is still not enough so that I can fly. Like aeroplane, they start small, they 100, 200 miles an hour and then become 300, 400 miles an hour and then their wings open and they fly. So my speed is not enough to be able to fly off, go back to Godhead. So that is the point we have to, like somebody is eating food, one chapati, second chapati, one katori sabji, next katori sabji, and I'm asking my wife, so am I full? And she says, chapati is going in your belly, not my belly. You know better than me. You are getting chapatis in your belly. You tell yourself, are you full or not? Don't ask me. Same thing. We are the best judge for ourselves. We have to review. We have to look back. We have to all the time think where I am at, where I have reached, how much I have advanced in terms of controlling myself. Because this process of Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada mentioned in Nectar of Instruction in the preface, that Krishna consciousness movement is meant to be able to control senses and become sannyasis like that. Controlling of senses and then going back to Godhead. And this controlling of senses cannot be done artificial means. It will come automatically. It will happen as a byproduct. We cannot control our senses just by mechanical means. But of course, the mechanical means are that we always make sure that we are with devotees. Always make sure that we follow our 4-16-4. Rise around 4 o'clock in the morning, chant good 16 rounds, and follow 4 executive principles automatically, attend full morning program. That's our thing. If we are not in the temple, not in the town, we can now online. I remember 30 years back when I heard Prabhupada's recordings, I was fascinated and I immediately ordered all the audio cassettes like that, and they came in big folders for $2,000 back then at that time, 30 years ago. It could be like a 6 lakh rupees now. But after in 90s, maybe 20 years ago, MP3 came. A whole big folders they converted into just one small pen drive. Amazing. Technology is there. And devotees, they always have some earphone or something or some headphone or some speaker, and they listen Prabhupada tapes, Prabhupada kirtans, all Maharaj's, YouTube is full of these lectures. So much facility is Kali Yuga, but we are so much distracted. Facility has become much better, much nicer, and we are more and more distracted. That's another problem. So we have to be very careful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Any questions or comments? We can circulate microphone if needed. Thank you very much. Was there any questions? Sorry?
No, you can put class personally.